Welcome back to the Blissful Badger. It's 2025, huh? Yay! Alright. I forgot to share things. Hello, Solvix! Give me one moment to get this posted in the Discord. Yeah, it was pretty quick, huh? Alright. I figured, for the first model of the year, I would maybe paint up my metal Wormlord. Nice, hefty model. And whenever I need to dry in between, I also have Old One Eye just sitting here. And I had to heat up my water for tea. So how have you been? How's the year treating you so far? Oh yeah? Lots in a good way? Oh, sweet. Getting some games in. That's always fun, huh? Gonna take some pictures? I don't know why I'm still using Apple Barrel for my Tyranids, but I do. PlayStation's good too. Gaming is gaming, right? Not set up for pictures. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. So, I didn't clean the brush very well. The red is still picking up. Alright, enjoy your food. I did not expect my, khaki to have a little bit of red tint to it, but that works. Looks interesting. Yeah, this is way too heavy to stick in the little holder, so hopefully it's not going to be a problem. And I haven't painted very many Tyranids in a long while. For having Tyranids being my primary army from way back in the day, the fact that I only had 12 minis painted last year for my Tyranid faction, kind of shocking. Hmm. And this is a heavy model. I will need to remember to clean the brush better next time. That's okay that I'm putting a pinkish red on here right now because I can... Whoa, crap. It is heavy. I just lost an arm. Okay. This may have been one of those projects I should have pinned, but it's been built for several years, so... Okay. For a second there, I thought I was going to get a whole bunch of super glue on my hand, and that would have been bad. Alright. Welcome! How have you been this year? I just dropped my metal mini and it lost an arm, so had to do a quick cleanup. So I can't really dry brush that very well. But how's the year treating you so far? Oh, cool. Welcome, Moth. How's the new year treating you? Yeah, this is my old metal Swarmlord. Figured, what better way to start the year than to paint some of my old Tyranids? I'm doing alright. This is the first mini I started painting this year. I don't think I'll get it done tonight. It's kind of a big mini. But sweet. How's it looking? Wow. Moth, what are you doing not painting? No, it's okay. I painted on the 31st, and now this is the first time in 4 days that I've been painting, so... Mm-hmm. I mean, we all have our days, right? So yeah, I found out that if you don't fully clean a dry brush, you can technically pick up the previous color on it next time you use paint. That's why there's a little bit of a pinkish color here. Yeah, it works. When I redid the color scheme for these guys, I was thinking fast paint jobs for the smaller minis. Uh, Not really sure how it's gonna come out on the Swarmlord, but I can always do extra layers and color grades and all that stuff, being that this is a much larger mini. So I'm still gonna do my speed paint flesh tone. I'll just have to highlight from there, you know? But it is definitely a heavy model, and I'm worried I'm gonna pop the arms off again because I already did this one once for the stream. So but yeah, it's been an interesting year so far. I recorded a video and cleaned up a little bit and prepped for a few other videos that I have for ideas, but this is the first painting for the year. So we'll see how it goes. Yep. Yep. Gotta make things messy first. Then it's easier to clean up. But yeah, I'm just trying to, I don't know, am I over brushing right now? Dry brushing? I don't know. I'm adding paint in different locations to this model. But yeah, it's been an interesting year so far. All 2.5 days of it. Tomorrow is the quarterly I need to hydrate more. The quarterly swap meet. So I may end up with some really cool things tomorrow. Or I might end up with things that I definitely don't need. Or not end up with things. That last one's the one that I'm most likely not to happen. I always find something there. But, you know, I have new plans for the year and some projects in mind, and I'll go there and I'll see what they have, and something will probably come home with me, and hopefully that's something really cool. Like, I don't know, some Drukhari minis, or let's see, stuff that I haven't purchased previously. Occasionally there are some 3D printed models that are usually a decent price and don't require me to buy Forge World because of it. Maybe one of those will end up in my collection. I don't know. I can hope. But yeah. I don't know what they'll have. I won't know until I get there, and it's always fun to make that journey just to see. because I'm gonna have to wake up very early for me. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, I think that's enough Hacky on him. He's gonna sit and dry right there. And my old one eye is getting a little bit of dry brush too. I'm not planning on actually finishing this guy. I think it's gonna be more for the well, if I'm whenever I'm waiting for him to dry. All right. Welcome, Mustache. And it's an hour and a half away from here. But I think it's worth it for the quarterly aspect. I wouldn't go there if it was, you know, monthly or something. That would be too frequently. You know, that trip's too long. But yeah, quarterly swap meet tomorrow. Mustache is aware of it, and I believe I sent you information about it, Moth. But my Discord's doing a first quarter challenge for painting. And yeah. Mustache is solidly in adding minis lead, which is a negative score. But I might be joining him quite quickly tomorrow. Oh, your score changed again? Free to enter. No actual prizes other than bragging rights, but we're trying it out for the first quarter, and we're gonna see how it works, and if we need to change up any rules, we will. But it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I have to say, at least on day 3, I'm still not in the negatives. Oh, hey! You're at negative 88 now? Great. I'm glad to hear it. And Moth, you can ask the questions if you can think about them. Feel free to join in and everything, you know, anyone who wants to do it. Discord is free. The link should work. I think it has the link. Does the stream have the link? I don't think I can check. Alright, yeah, shelves now is fine. That is a priority. So yeah, right now, just trying to brighten up the flesh portions of Carnifex. Come on, get in there. Alright. Almost done with this. Alright. I don't know if I actually got right here. Alright. There. Okay. Yeah. I want to see pictures. Hey! Nice. See, that's what I want to see. Nice, simple way to get from negative 104 to negative 88. I like it. Like it. I was actually thinking about some of my rules and how they might need to be modified. I need something lighter than... That's not... I just pulled 2 yellows out of my drawer. I need... Oh my goodness, that is an old separated white. That is old separated Snow White. Great. Do I have... Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. What was I saying? Yeah. Some of the point values that I assigned. So if I paint up a Marvel Crisis Protocol mini, it is technically a character, isn't it? Oh, can I even get this paint out of the bottle? I think this paint might have dried a little bit. Welcome back, Solvix. Okay, I think now it'll shake. Alright. Sweet. That works. Alright. Yeah. furthest behind and also the most productive so far this year. I love that about the scoring system. Alright. A little bit of white into this. Sorry. Sorry, Solvix. If it's already built, it's just an opening of package. But shouldn't be that bad, right? Oh, I had a few funny thoughts about the way that it was. How we have it written and everything, so we might have to work on some of that, but it's fun. Like, what if it's a pre-based mini? Is painting the base of a mini that's already there just basing it? Or, you know, where exactly does that happen, right? Yeah. So... so, it's fun. Um... Yeah. I don't know, it's just fun. We'll find a lot of things to break this order, and then we can make it better for next one. We'll come up with the most random use cases, right? Yeah. At what point is painting black on a rim and a base, you know, considered basing? Yeah. Like the Marvel Crisis Protocol already has bases, so all you have to really do is paint them. So, I don't know. Do I need to create a whole room just for that, or? Or do you think we're all adult enough to handle that in the normal? Would you like me to create a new room for that, or do you think we can go without? Alright. I can always create a new room for that in the future. I'm not going to do it while I'm painting, though. Ugh. Why did I decide to go with a metal mini today? Ah, whatever. Okay. Just heavy. Ah. Alright. I'm just trying to lighten this up a little bit more. Yeah, I would say that cavalry and bikes are slightly larger than a single mini, but they're just larger single minis. I don't know. I like the whole question this, question that. See what gets, what comes up from it, you know? I think cavalry, being that they're supposed to be one piece, they'd still just be one. But at the same time, then you get the instances of what if you purchase horses and you purchase guys and you kit bash them to be riders. Then you purchase two and you built one mini out of two. And we're getting way crazy now. I would almost consider Lord Solar a monster. Well, no, I mean technically it would be a vehicle? I don't know. It's just fun. I also asked the question of, are there any Titanic characters? Oh, to answer that, yeah, I'm pretty sure the Hierophant would be a Titanic character. All the fun of random thoughts, huh? Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like, okay, yeah, War Boss and Mega Armor. Yeah. Um, I mean, then you get to a point where it's like, okay, well, you bought a whole bunch of Tau drones. What are you counting those as? Because technically they're just tokens now, but they count as minis in the box. um, and then you could go, okay, well, if you have 4 Rippers on a base, on a Ripper Swarm base, does it count as 4 or 1? Nah, I'm yeah. I think it's fun just to think about the different things. I'm not that worried about, you know, exact scoring and stuff. Like it's about getting things painted and progress and not adding so many minis to your collection. Like, those are the real things, you know? Alright. Alright, let's see. So that wants to over expose. Let's see. Can I get... There we go. So, I went white bright with the highlights. Tried to get, you know, a little bit more dark underneath, and like, there's at least 3 different colors right there on the arms. So I wasn't worried about the carapace, so did similar to that on Old One Eye. I just grabbed a whole bunch, lightened up the flesh, because the next step is pellet bone. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's also true. Um but yeah, one of the things is like counting drones and minis and how do they interact, because I have a couple of hit bashes in mind where I'm not going to have as many drones as I used to. I mean, technically they'd at least count as one model going out of the collection because you're not using them anymore, right? I mean, if you kit bash 2 minis into one, you technically did get rid of a mini. So, tea. Alright. First instance of the unicorn for the year. Yay. Painting unicorn! And nothing more. What? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I mean, we're 3 days in. We're 3 days into the 3-month challenge, so we've got some time to think about these things. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to use up the last of this pallid bone tonight. Gonna be interesting. But yeah. Oh no. I have several of the pallid bone sitting over in a drawer. Um, this is the color I use for this scheme, so I make sure I don't run out. This is the first of the bottles that I've ever purchased, though, so if I run out, that'd be great, because that means I've been painting my Tyranids. This is also Speed Paint original formula, so I don't know if there's anyone else that still even sells this now that 2.0 is out. Ah, so in the Discord, free to join, by the way, we're doing the first ever challenge for paint challenge, where we're keeping track of how many minis we purchase, how many we build, how many we paint, and how many we base, to try to win the bragging rights of most productive for the quarter. So, Mustache is currently at minus 88 from his start of minus 104. And I am currently at 0 because I have not purchased anything, but I've also only started painting today on anything for this year. I haven't built anything, I haven't done any other hobby other than relax and start painting today. And so we're trying out different rule systems and figuring out what points we want to give for each thing. Like, if we do a kit bash, do we count it as, you know, double points, or do we count it as a single mini, or, you know, things like that. But yeah. Yep. So it's just encouragement. It's a challenge for the sake of having a challenge. Gives us a place in the Discord to post pictures of purchases and, you know, paint jobs that we're working on or finished, or things that we just built, or, you know, yeah. I was actually thinking about, should we add the a Gundam category? Because you do still purchase a model, and it is still something that you build. And then I suppose if you did some blacklining or painting on it, that's also that, right? Yeah. What's funny is I'm supposed to be painting the Swarm Lord, and Old One Eye's the one that's getting this paint on him right now. So, just kind of funny there. Yeah. Um, yep. Bigger models definitely take more speed paint for this. Okay. So yeah, I mean, 3D printed stuff would pretty much mean if you printed something, it would count as adding to your collection. And then once you painted it, you'd get the points for painting it and basing it and stuff. So, purchased is pretty much the same as printed, right? Because it's really just a matter of how large is your collection growing and are you actually doing stuff with them? Okay, how much more do I have on this? Artifacts. Alright. Oh no. I'm not just using Army Painter products. So I prime with Rust-Oleum, uh, black followed by khaki, and then I dry brushed using Apple Barrel, khaki, and white. And now I'm starting the skin tone with Speed Paint 1.0, Pallid Bone, and then I do other details in uh, once I get the shell black, I'm actually going to be using Vallejo for the hatch marks for, well, not Old One Eye, but for my Swarm Lord. He's gonna have the deep magenta hash marks. So it's a bunch of different colors. I also have some GW or Citadel paints over there. Um, the Warpaints Fanatics are nice metallics, but not for this project. Yeah, they're all over the place. I enjoy finding a particular line that I like for certain usage, and then working on that. And if I need something that a paint line does not run great with, I will look around until I find one that does. Have a good one, Solvix. Yeah, I like having. I will actually go searching for the traits I want in my paints. So I'm not stuck on one type or anything like that. Yes, Tyranids tonight. I realized that even though it is my main army, last year I only painted 12 Tyranid models. So I am starting to work on that for 2025 because I would really like to see more than 25 of them painted up this year. Uh, I would be happy if I could get 250 painted this year. But I'm also not going to just paint Tyranids. I have all sorts of projects planned for the year. But last year I started with some Hellblasters for my Dark Angels. And this year I'm starting off with my Metal Swarmlord and my Old One Eye. So, yep. If all goes according to plan, I'm gonna get a lot more than 25 Tyranids done this year. um, mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the Fanatics paints are really nice. Um, I do plan on getting more of them over the next couple of months. Um, I've also really enjoyed the game color that I've tried out, the new formulation of that. The but yeah, the game color versus the model color or the old game color packaging. Like, this one's actually been pretty nice. There's a reason that this model's getting this. Um, but yeah, how did I only get 12 Tyranids painted last year? That's so wild to me. I mean, I know why. Uh-oh. Are you telling me when I do get... Oh, hi. Hello! Raid Templars is great. I love it. No, the Tyranid army is actually my first army I ever owned. I just haven't gotten anywhere near all of them painted up. So, um... But yeah, I painted 12 last year. And I have... 73% of them still need to be painted. My army. So, I figured, you know, what better way to start off the year than to paint some of my favorite minis. Ah, 12,000 points eventually, not in this year. I have other projects I want to work on too. Um, but yeah, I've had this army for 13 years. and I have 27% of it painted. Something like that. So I need to up those numbers. Um, no. But it's just a good way to start the year. Rookie numbers. Hey, um, in 11 hours, my next video comes out, and it's going to show off everything I painted in 2024. So, tune in to see all the things that I painted. It's quite a few. Oh. Yeah, the Tyranid army has been with me for quite a while, and I've painted a little bit here and there. Um, it needs a lot of work. Several of my models need new bases. I have one of the old metal broodlords. It needs to get put on a 42 by 75 base. All of my Hive Guard and Tyrant Guard are on 40 millimeter bases when they need to be on 50s. Oh, sweet. Another hobby streamer. Sweet. My Biovores and Pyrovores are not the new model, so they need to have their 40 mil and 50 mil bases brought up to their new 80 mil base counterpart, and probably also be standing on hills because, well, let me finish putting the speed paint on here, and I will go show you what the old models look like. I don't have any of the new ones because, well, I haven't purchased any of the new Tyranid Biovores and Pyrovores. Alright. Swarm Lord can... I think I got everything. Yeah, it's a good start. Well, they're drying. Oh yeah. Zotes, what? Oh. Wheat. I don't own any of the Zotes, sadly. Okay, so I have the old Broodlord. And he's metal. And that's a 40 mil base that I put it on way back in the day because I was like, hey, that needs bigger base. This is the newer Broodlord. So scale creep, just a little. And yeah, that base needs to be changed. So I have that base sitting here for that. But I also need to build it a little bit higher because that's still way too low. So I'll probably have to put them on, I don't know, a half-inch hill. Something like that. Oh, I can do that. That would be amazing. If you're part of my Discord, just send me a message and I'll get you that. So here's the difference between the yeah, I would do that on a live stream. So this is the old Biovore. That is a 40 millimeter base. The new one, the Spider-like one, is on an 80 millimeter base. The new model has a bigger base than my Swarmlord. And this guy is that small. And then the Pyrovore was on a 50 millimeter base and is also part of that kit now. So I have 3 of these and 6 of these, so I don't really see a purpose of buying more of them. But yeah, I have a whole bunch of these that need to be rebased on 80 millimeters and probably stand about, 2 inches taller than they were. Hey, Sean, how's it going? But yeah, these need to be rebased and on hills. And so does my Broodlord. Because scale creep. I mean, seriously. It's like that's quite the difference in scale. But there's nothing wrong with this guy. He's so cool. So have a good day at work. But this is also on my painting table. Well, now it is. It's in the plan. In the process. So but yeah, I've been so not working on these things and I needed to get them going. I need to work on them. So here we go. That actually looks decent. Sweet. I still have a little bit of pallid bone left too. I didn't actually use the last of this. I have a third of it left, so that's cool. Welcome to the Discord. Okay. Alright. So, that is the skin. That's, well, at least that's the start of the skin tones. So, a couple of dry brushes, a couple of, well, a good layer of the pallid bone. And then once it dries, I can highlight up a little bit and do some detail work in the little recesses and stuff like that. So that's good. Okay. Really? The Discord link didn't work? Matthews came through. Ah, okay. Table's Edge managed to get it in here. Do I need to... I don't know. What happened? Do I need a new link? There's the thing I need. Uh... Oh, that could be it. Um... Hmm. Well, I can also do this. If you want to send me an email, that is my email. We can just do that, if that works. Where's my black? That's black. Here's black. Yeah. And I don't know why, but I still use Apple Barrel for my Tyranids. I mean, I could. Oh, yeah. Yeah, HS, if you wanted to delete that. I mean, it is Wargaming Club, so I don't think it's that worrisome, but... Yeah, how come I do still use my Apple Barrel for my Tyranids? It's just a holdover from years and years and years ago when I started these things, huh? At the same time, when you can get these things for like 60 cents, it's pretty hard not to just go with it, you know? Typing, give me a second. Alright, that. Okay. All the little things in the back. Yeah, okay. I mean, well, I just picked up the jet black instead of the black, but the thing is, when I can get a gloss black, a black, and a jet black for less than $2, or this one might have been like $1 on its own, but that's not bad. Yeah. I mean, you never know. If someone does come all the way to Alaska to say hi, that's pretty cool. Nice and dedicated there, huh? Alright. Oh yeah, that's thick. Mm-hmm. Alright. Yeah. Nice thinned down black layer. It allows a little bit of the color through. I'll probably need to do a second coat at some point. Yep. We will definitely let you know if we're ever in Alaska. But yeah, just the difference between going from a very light khaki color to the black, it changes up the way that this thing looks. Yep. But yeah, I'll definitely do that during a live stream. When I receive that, I'll make sure you're available for that day. Because it would be a shame if you missed that, if you're providing me the mini, you know? So... But yeah, I'm just trying to hit the carapace only. I just made a mistake. Oh well. I'll fix that at some point. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go from this to a purple, the deep magenta. It's gonna have a bunch of little hash marks. Oh, I understand the whole painting it up and everything. I'm just saying, I'll at least make sure that you're available for the stream. And I do appreciate it. I've not had a chance to paint up a Zote, so that's gonna be fun. Let me get a few more little details. Okay. Here, let me carefully put this down, and I will go get one of my Tyranids that is painted, so you can see what it actually looks like. Here is one of the models that I painted last year for my Tyranids. Focus properly. So I do 2 or 3 layers. This one has 2. That's not focusing. Let me see if I can fix the focus. That is not fixed. There we go. Yeah. So this one has the blue-green, I think, from my paint collection. The 2 Screamer Killers had yellow. My Flying Hive Tyrant has a darker blue. I have a different purple that I've used. But I have Hive Fleet Skittle. That's trying to autofocus. But yeah, Hive Fleet Skittle. So you can see I have different, this one has the more full undercoat, and but yeah. Oh yeah. This is my Badger bunker. But yeah, so that's so the pallid bone flesh tone is on the newer side of the paint scheme. I used to do a lot of stippling with the different colors, and then when the speed paints came out and Leviathan box, I realized I needed to spend less time It's in the basement, so I call it the bunker. So, um, but yeah, when Leviathan came out and I realized I had 70+% of my collection still to paint of Tyranids, I was like, okay, I need to spend a little less time on my color scheme. I can't spend 2 hours per mini just on the flesh. So I do the dry brush and the speed paint for that now. My characters are probably going to get a little bit more work than that. I will probably do a shade and a highlight on this as well. But the carapace gets a little bit more time, and I like how they come out. It also lets me do a couple of special characters that are painted even more different than this. I have 2 or 3 where the color scheme is 100% different. I just painted it in a different method with different colors and everything. So yeah, I really like the way that my Tyranids come out, and potato bug. No? Those are very interesting colors, though. I might have to, image search that in a minute. But yeah, that's just like the difference between having just the bright carapace and that before I even do all the detail work. I like how much darker it is. So and the idea is to layer each color in a method that it's easier to fix the next one if something happens to it. So I do the flesh tone, the pallid bone, and then I do the black so that if I have to touch up anything I can. I'll do the highlights on the flesh, and then I'll do the markings on the black. Oh, Lorwak sounds like a great option for that. Okay. That is a heavy model. Oh. So... this. No? Not that. One with the antenna. This? So this one. Alright. Yeah, it's an interesting looking insect. Yeah, that's a wild one, huh? I can see where the wax type is a great effect on that. So yeah, that's an interesting look. There we go. There's my live stream. Yeah, that's definitely not what I see all over the place. So, I know Tyranids lately have been like, oh, let's do the coconut crab look. Coconut crab, everyone's doing coconut crab. And I'm like, I've been painting my Tyranids this way for over a decade. I'm not gonna change, even if I think that looks cool. So... yeah. Yep. Yeah, I might have to paint something in, like, the old school colors at some point. But... actually, you know what? I might do that. I might have to do a, like, 3rd edition paint scheme for the Zote. 2nd or 3rd edition. That might be fun to try to get as close as I can. Zote bodyguard model holding their fallen Eldar commander? No? That sounds cool. Ah. I just put paint on my brush though, so I'm gonna get that on the mini first. Alright. Must look up this picture. That didn't work. I am looking it up. Let me see. I'm just getting the old... Alright, I'm not seeing it. I see the new Zote and the old Zote. That's... Oh well. Yeah, they did the Zote models for Blood Bowl? Or whatever it was. So that was cool. But it does make it harder to search for older models now. Yeah. I can understand that. I've only purchased a couple of models in the last year from GW. Let me rephrase. I've purchased quite a few GW models in the last year. I have not purchased any models that came out this last year. Well, very many. I don't know. Yeah, I have... What is it? I mean, I purchased the Scaventide box, and that was 6 months ago. I purchased 2 of the kits for the rats. The Skaven. I purchased 2 of them, and they're still technically not done. Well, the Doom... My mind is going blank. The Doom wheels? Not the big ones. Whatever they were. I purchased that. They were built. I bought the weapons teams. They're built except for magnets because I forgot to order the right size magnet at the time. And so they are currently waiting for my 1 mil by 1 mil magnets to get in that I ordered. So I can magnetize those options. But as far as 40k goes, I did buy the Spearhead box. Or, no, the Kill Team box. There we go. Blackreach. Yes. I haven't been buying anywhere near as many as I used to. That's kind of what I'm saying. I was buying a lot more. But the most recent purchase I did for GW model was some Scourges. Because the current price for flying models is going up by about 100%. So, I was like, you know, if I'm going to build this Drukhari army, I might as well buy them before the price increase, where they go from $37 for 5 to probably $70, $80 for maybe 3. If they don't keep them at 5. So, I was just like, you know, that kit is inexpensive still. I will buy some. And so, I could see buying one more kit. But I'm just trying to get through some of my backlog, really. And, yeah. I can't say I won't buy secondhand stuff, because that's what I'm doing tomorrow. The quarterly swap meet. So, always like seeing what they have available. Yep. Oh yeah, I mean, I can't say anything about not wanting metal minis. I mean, I'm painting one here, and I've got him right here. So I like metal minis. Yeah. There's something about metal that's intriguing. I don't want to only paint metal minis, but the occasional one here and there, yeah, they have some heft to them, you know? Yeah? Yeah, I think certain armies being all metal is just such a cool feeling to them. Yep. Yeah, I understand that completely. Like, this model just feels so much nicer than some of the others. At the same time, my arm is getting a little tired holding it. Which is funny. Who remembers the Punisher movie with Travolta? Just hold it. Just keep holding it. But yeah, I have several projects coming up this year that are going to be metal. I purchased some of the Ironwind Metals minis for Battletech, the little mini bikes and stuff, the quads and the scout bikes and everything. So I'll be painting them up at some point this year. I have a few actual Battletech mechs in metal. I have... Let's see... I have one of the old Predators that I'm going to be painting up later this month. So, I think it fun when you have a few here and there to paint up, because, you know, when you're just painting and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm painting a mini, and it's just like, yeah, I'm getting a workout while I'm at it this time. But, yeah. I also have a few of the older War Machine and Hordes minis. Vor? No, I haven't. What kind of minis are they? What's the IP? What's it like? Because I need more games. Nah, every now and then, an extra mini here and there to paint is totally fine. Oh. That sounds fun. Okay, dude. You're getting heavy. Oh. Okay. Interesting. See, I like that too. Towards the middle of last year, I realized I had more interest in painting cool minis and playing games that didn't have constantly changing rule systems. So that was kind of the mid to late last year thought process, and I'm still playing 40k, but I'm kind of trying to finish off some armies that I had for quite a while. I definitely don't chase meta. I don't particularly like playing games that I have zero chance of winning, but at the same time I have no problem losing constantly. um but no, I've been enjoying games that don't have as much rule change rotation stuff. Um Rule change rotation stuff. That's definitely a thing. I would rather learn new games than learn how to play the same game over and over and over again. Yeah. But that's also why I've picked up Marvel Crisis Protocol and Battletech in the last 6 months. And I can understand why the rule sets are getting overwhelmingly popular to make. You can slap a couple of interesting mechanics together and a little bit of IP theming or whatever, and just go with it, you know? So easy to distribute things now too, with PDFs and online stores and yeah, I've gotten 3 games of BattleTech, well, the classic BattleTech in so far, and I've won one of them. And the stories for each of them have been amazing. Just looking back at what I did and how games, how this mech went and what they did, and it's been fun. So I look forward to a lot more BattleTech. Yeah. Yeah. Wahapedia is nice. um, I'll go there just to reference what size bases something needs, because it's so much easier and faster to just go there than almost anywhere else. Okay, did I get everything? Nearly. Back of the sword. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that the black didn't fully cover. It's got kind of a interesting wear on it. I need to do a second coat on that. But yeah, that's going from this to that with just the base coat on the carapace. I think this is way too bright, and this starts to get to a point where it has more contrast. And then once I do the second coat and all of the lines, that definitely makes it look better. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. Speaking of basing on pennies. Hmm. So these are some of the Ironwind medals that I purchased recently. These are the hovercraft and the mini bikes and quads and stuff. Nice little 1 to 285 scale. Little 6mm. So these are actually going to get based on pennies. Because they're so tiny. Well, I have 6 of each of 4 different things in this bag. So this is 24 minis right here. So once I get these based up, I might do these for a stream. Oh yeah, they're so small. But I'm looking forward to them. I haven't taken them out of the bag yet. But all right. While the Swarm Lord is getting dry, hold one eye. I'm not planning on doing those as Judge Dredd. I plan on choosing 3 color schemes, I think. I think I'll do a desert, a woodland, and a blue. And do 2 of each. I don't want them to be super distracting if I use them in a different army. And I think groups of 2 per color scheme is going to be the best. So that if I want to have 2 different people playing them, or I want the units to be, you know, able to keep track of who's what, where, you know? Yep. Yeah, I've looked at the GHQ micro armor. I haven't been able to find any locally, and all of the auctions online are too expensive. But I have been looking at them. There's also some from alternative armies that are in 6mm that I kind of want to get some. But I need to paint up some of the stuff I already have before I purchase more. I'm trying. I'm trying to be good this year. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I might change my mind after tomorrow. If I get a lot of stuff that's really cool, I might go, whatever. But for a few days, I can at least go, no, don't buy things. So... But they look really fun, and I want to paint those little things up. Funny enough, the reason I haven't based those yet is I don't have enough pennies. I need to go actually spend cash at one of those, coin thing, the auto payment thing where I can get some pennies. So, It really does go to show you how frequently you actually use cash when you don't get very many pennies. Unless you are intentionally going out to find some. So... Oh... That sounds like an amazing collection. That sounds like an amazing collection. Yeah, I can understand that. Especially if you know the person who you're sending it to will definitely get to it and make something cool with it. Because, you know, I can hold on to projects for years and I'm okay with that. But, you know, that Zote, that's gonna get painted up this year. Like, it might get painted up within a month of getting it. Because that's, you know... I've been streaming. It's been a while since I've seen you around. How's it been going? Yeah, I mean, I do stream on Twitch on Tuesdays. But every Friday I should be here doing this. And yeah, I appreciate gifts. That's really nice. I love seeing new models. New to me, I guess, is the better way. And getting some cool things and trying out new techniques and... getting more minis painted, you know? So how have you been, Francois? How's the year treating you so far? Oh yeah? You know, I'm here working on my Tyranids. I could be working on Eldar right now. Maybe in a week or two. Hey, Foxhole! Everyone's here today! I love it! But yeah, who wants to see me do some Eldar in the next couple of weeks? I don't know exactly what, but I have several projects that I could work on. $2K in 5 weeks. Wow. I mean, I did do some dino riding Exodites. Actually, I think I have 3 more dinos to do. I think I have 3 more to build, actually. Did you see those? So they don't have actual rules right now, but I built them as optional, Shining Spears. So yeah. I built them as Shining Spears. So it's an old cold one. The barrel from a Windrider. Same with this. And this is actually just a normal Guardian model. That's just a normal Guardian model on top of them. So that is actually one of my older videos. Let me see where it is. One of them. Where is that? What did I name it? Let's see. What was it? I'll find it. Aha. That didn't work. Give me a second. Why did that not work? That should work. Yeah, so I actually did a video on them. I have 3 more of these sitting around waiting, so I could do another set. That could be fun. Kit bashes aren't, or, you know, are not painting, but But I'm totally fine with doing that again. Thanks. Um... Yeah, exactly. So, that's a fun little thing that I could do. I can always use another 3 of those. Um... There's a few different kit bashes that I'm thinking about doing that I don't know if I want to do them as streams or if I want to do them as videos. Certain things are easier for one way and not the other. Like, I still can't stream myself priming minis. Not gonna set up a camera outside while I'm aerosol can stuff outside, so... But... some of the angles for kit bashing are not quite as easy to get. But I'm totally down for it if you guys want to see 3 more kit bashed Exodites. Welcome back. I could do that. I could do that. I mean, I could do a build stream, but like I said, it's gonna be little pieces and cleaning and stuff like that. I mean... I'm good with that, whatever. One thing I love to do is jump around on projects. That's why I don't get my armies done as fast as I should. But I do get a unit here, and a unit there, and a unit there, and 18 different things built, and... you know, it's fun. I will say I'm not a huge fan of rushing a paint job. I'm gonna continue working on whatever until I don't feel like working on it anymore. Alright. See, I'd totally like getting things to battle ready. Part of my problem is battle ready to me is still around that. Like, there's still a level of time that goes into it. That's pretty cool. I'll have to check it out. I do want to get all of my armies to 1,000 points, battle ready. It's just a matter of, if I'm gonna paint a mini, I'm not trying to paint it as fast as possible just to play. I also care about how I have it look. And I actually do paint fairly fast. The 4 urban mechs that I painted on New Year's Eve only took me, what, 3 hours and 10 minutes to paint 4 minis? I mean, that was pretty cool. And I'm happy with how they came out. Both of these models here that I'm painting tonight, they're characters. They're gonna take more. That's fair. That's fair. Like, I totally get that. I think having minis painted is more important than having them... I think too many people try to do too much to their models. They're like, oh, they're not great. I'm never gonna get good. I can't win a tournament, you know, a competition or something. It's like, I don't care. Do you think I'm ever going to win a competition with this paint stuff? Nah. Do you think I'm ever even going to enter a paint competition with any of my minis? Maybe? Like, I can't say I will never enter, but if I do try to win a I can speak. If I ever win a painting competition, it's more than likely going to be an army competition and not a single model. And the fact that I'll just have a fully painted army is what'll get me the win. Because I don't think I'll out-paint anyone else that has a fully painted army. But maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe I should be doing a non-metallic glare effect on the blade, the scything talon. Why? Why? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't need to be that way. Like, paint until you are happy with it. You can always go back and paint again if you want to, or, touch them up or buy another copy and try again. I actually still have my first minis I ever painted. They are part of my army. They are in the case with all the others. Um, I'm yeah, Golden Demon or go home. Yeah, uh-huh. And it's just like, why? Why not just have fun with it? Like, do you think I'm really like if like, oh no, I have another coat of black on this that I need to do. I'm using a brush that is, I mean, do you see the brush I'm using? Where is it? Where's the brush? It's like, it's so all gunked up and has like 8 different tips. Oh no. Yeah, I think... Oh. Yeah, that sucks, Francois. Um... I think more people need to show that you can just have fun with it. I mean, I don't try to do anything outrageous with my paint schemes. Some of my projects I do a little bit higher quality because I want to push myself. But, what part of Craven did I do that is outside of just taking it easy, going one step at a time, and doing more layers? Like, Craven was a very nice model that I put more time and effort into than I usually do. And I love the way that he came out. But at the same time, he was one of my 4 big projects where I wanted to push my skill level a little bit last year. So I did it. I don't need all of my models to look that way. And I know I can paint to that standard. Yeah, I think he came out real well. Am I gonna paint all of my stuff to that level? No. But I showed myself that I can. And then I'm gonna paint up, 100 more little things. Real quick. Comparatively. And then I'll go and do another character. Yeah. Yeah, see, I agree with that. Yeah. mean, technically, my Tyranids are, you know, they could technically be considered 3-color now, if I based them. I don't know. They're nowhere near done. I'm just saying that, like, just going up against this is not gray. It's not gray. Yeah. Um, that's just a matter of practice. Like, the whole going until it stops being fun, usually a good sign, except that some people hit that level way too soon. I think people try too hard and it becomes not fun because of that. Like, I know this is gonna need a second coat of black. I know after that I want to do a highlight and shade on the flesh. I know I'm going to do at least 2 levels of hash marks on the carapace and touch the tongue and the claws with the gloss. Well, the tongue needs a paint. Usually I do that in a purple or something. I hit the claws in a gloss black. And then from there, I can just base them if I feel like it. But that's the minimum. Yeah, see, that's the thing. If it's becoming a headache and it's not fun, you're trying too hard. It's great to push yourself, try it out, see if you can do it. But, you know, at the same time, just enjoy the process. Yep. I have yet to try to paint non-metallic metal because it doesn't sound fun. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. But yeah, like, this is Old One Eye, and that's a Swarm Lord. Both of those are characters. So I am going to give them a little bit extra here and there. Over and above what I would normally do. But I'm also not gonna, you know, put 20 hours into each of these. They don't need that. They just need to stand out from the rest. So, you know. And going into a project, knowing where you want it to be, definitely helps find the stopping point. Like, when I painted my... I've challenged myself a couple of times. I did 10 Kroot in 2 hours. Was actually a stream I did over a year ago. And the whole idea was, can I paint 10 Kroot in under 2 hours? And that had a nice solid stopping point of, there were 10 models that I was painting, and I had a time limit. So, how good could I paint them? Could I paint them better than that if I gave myself more time? Yeah, of course. But that wasn't the goal of those minis. I just slathered that. Did you see that? I made a mistake. Look, I made a mistake. Right on the knee. Hey look, no more mistake. Yeah, see, I don't usually do tournaments. I did sign up for one for the end of the month, and I do have 5 minis I have to paint for it. And 17 to base. And they're not they're not my Tyranids. Yep. I felt like painting Tyranids, so here I am painting Tyranids instead of the models that I need to have done by the end of the month. But I think that's part of the fun. It's just... it's so much more fun to just sit and paint and not have time limits or a certain end point in mind. Like, the only reason why something gets a higher quality paint job is spending more time on it. Like, I could take any model in my cabinets and give it another 10 hours of detail work, highlights and shadows and everything, and of course it's going to look better than it did. I put 10 more hours into it. I probably only have a half dozen models in my cabinets that have 10 hours into them. Maybe not even that many. But that's the thing. If you want a better paint job, you need to put more time into it. That's really it. I don't usually go back and do more. on models once they're done. Done. But I could. There's nothing stopping me from pulling this model over here and going, okay, well, I need to do 5 more shades here and there, and, like, you know, I could do non-metallic metal on the pipe. Why? Why? I could do 3 more shades on the brain part. I could. Doesn't need it. I'm happy with that. I realize I just spent over an hour painting black on 2 minis. Um, yeah, as far as my first minis of the year, I figured the Tyranids needed some love. So I'm gonna give them a little bit of attention, and once I get these 2 done, I'll probably move on to some other projects, and oh, yeah. I don't know if I could handle priming by hand. Oof. Ugh. Yeah. And being watched. Oh, another reason I use inexpensive paintbrushes. When you go at it like this, I'm sure that's not good for it. Trying to get the paint out from inside the ferrule with your fingernail. Yeah. Oh yeah, please don't. Please don't spray inside. That would be bad. That would be very, very bad. I mean, again, these are like $1.50, $2 a brush. I've been using this one for several weeks, or what, several months. This whole stack I was thinking about replacing for the new year, and I still haven't. I've actually run out of black in the, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Fappled. Yep. Um... Yeah. So I'm not even using my wet palette today. I'm actually using the, I'm just making sure it's a nice, thinned down black. But yep. Moth has cabinets. Woo! Good. But yeah, I think it's fun to just put the time in that it calls for. And I do think it interesting that there are channels that are like, oh yeah, this is how you paint for Golden Demon, and it's like, yeah, okay, that's nice. How can I use these techniques in 1/10 of the time to get a good result without putting 100 hours into a mini. How about that? What was it? Miniac did a video about his year in review, and he said he painted about 40 minis, I think. I truly doubt any single one of mine is better than any of his. But at the same time, I guess we're painting for different reasons. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Like, as far as showing off your skill, absolutely cool. Is that something that we are supposed to all be striving for? I don't think so. I think not having gray minis is the thing that we should be striving for, and having fun. And I might put having fun above gray minis. I would actually say that our first and foremost is have fun. And then, if you don't want gray minis, make sure you don't have gray minis. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, he didn't finish his Drukhari army. He was like... He was challenging Jay from Eons of Battle to paint up a 2,000 point army, and it's like... Jay didn't even get there, and he painted 360 minis in the year. Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Having painted minis when you're playing, absolutely better, in my mind. But if you collect minis to play games, and you just want to play the game, and you do not care about the painted minis part, you know, I'm okay with that. If you are getting the enjoyment that you want out of the game by just having gray minis, I'm not gonna stop you. I prefer having painted minis, but at the same time, I've played many a game without having a fully painted army, and I'm gonna continue to do that because I end up painting an old One Eye and a Swarm Lord instead of painting up the model I need for the end of the month, you know? Like, I will continue to paint the minis that excite me, and I will continue to play the games that excite me, and if there's overlap, that's great. The tournament I'm playing in at the end of the month does not have a requirement for painting. It has a best painted army prize, but it doesn't have a requirement. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not going to tell you that you can't play with a non-fully painted army. It's like, you want to play? I'll play. You want to learn how to paint? Sure, I'll teach. You just want to hang out and talk about hobby? Absolutely cool. You want to talk about lore? Which game system? Yeah. Did I give myself a challenge at the beginning of last year to have every army I own at 1,000 points painted and based? Yes. Did I try to get that? Yes. Did I get there? No. What did I do because of it? Add an extra year to doing it? Getting it done? Like, oh no, I didn't hit my goal. You know? It's just like, whatever. I mean, I could have probably gotten more of it done if I hadn't picked up 2 extra games and another hobby. Yeah. I could see that being a distraction during the game. Sure. Yeah. I mean, Foxhole, have you seen my, Salamander's army? Here, let me go get it. This is the thing I've been using for Crusade for the last 2 months. Alright. Moving these out of the way. Alright. So, this was my test mini that I painted during a stream to see where I wanted my colors to be. And I should probably get these to focus. So. There we go. So, this was the test mini. With a 2-color flame freehand. No basing or anything like that. Just a basic, that's what I want to do. And so, of the points that I currently have... Whoop, that was the mic. I have... nothing completed. So I have... my Infernus are... So I've gotten Prime. Everything's built and primed. So now I've done the gray, the metallics, and the purity seals, and the brown. The next level here is to do the wash. I need to do the overall wash. It's going to be... yeah. I have a custom mix wash that I do over them. So I'll do that. And then I'm going to pick out the metallic green that they need. Where did I put the mini? My green metallic trim. And the basing is going to get done. And then I'm going to go through and freehand all the flame work afterwards. So, but that's where I'm at. I mean, technically, other than a base, he's good. He is 3-color. My Eradicators, again, metal and the armor color is done. I haven't gone through and done the leather yet. I have several models that just have the armor color. Again, he's got some metal, but nothing else. And then I have the whole second tray that are just primed. Except for the librarian, who is just waiting for the wash before I do the trim work and the flame work. But that's where my that's where my salamanders are right now. So no. 12,000 points is the joke amount here. So I need a 12,000 point Tyranid army. I need a 12,000 point Skaven army. I will have a 12,000 point Space Marine force over the course of several different Space Marine armies. Blood Angels, Dark Angels, and Salamanders. So, yeah. Ongoing joke. But the idea is, I had them built, and I am painting them during the Crusade. My goal was to have them all battle-ready before the end of the Crusade. So, hey Moth, you just missed me pulling out my Salamander army. And you have display cases. uh, yes, I did put lights in mine. Let me see if I can get a good picture of that. Excuse me as I do this. Oh, I'm gonna have to move it. Okay. I don't know if you can see back there. Right here, I've had multiple power outages, and my LED strips, several of them are now blinking. So, even though I did put lights in half of them, these two doors worth and that one are now out. Yeah. So, I'm gonna have to put new lights in them. Yep, I did. So, I'm gonna have to do lights again in them. But that's what happens when I buy inexpensive lights. Try to cheap out and end up having to do it twice, you know? Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up some more of this black real quick. Probably, I don't know. I don't know how much more I have. I think I've gotten all of the black twice on the Carnifex. I don't think I'm gonna get the second coat on the Broodlord. Swarmlord. Swarmlord. Because I do have an early morning going to the swap meet, and I think it's going to be better to call it earlier than later, and actually try to get some sleep tonight. Even though I'm usually up for another 4 hours. But I did get the skin tone and the black carapace steps done, so so I forgot to turn the focus back on, so I'll just hold it closer. There we go. So Old One Eye now has flesh tone and 2 layers of black on the carapace. So this will fully dry before I do any highlights and shadows. I'll touch up the little ribs, little tears and stuff, and I'll do some shadows and highlights and stuff because it's character. This guy needs a second coat of black because you can see it didn't fully cover. But again, he's going to need those little details. These will get colored in. And, yeah. So, they're about halfway done now. Yeah, you would think that it would be that way, but um but yeah, I had a good time. No, it makes sense. It's morning and evening, or morning and afternoon. Um, I honestly feel that anything before 1 p.m. is still morning. But I also used to work third shift, so um but anyway, I've been going for 3 hours. So I'm going to call it here, and I will be having my video up in 9 hours. I will have my next stream on Twitch on Tuesday. Depending on what I do, I believe I'll also have that uploaded on Wednesday on YouTube. And then back here again on Friday night for another stream. So, yep. So until then, yeah, I hold on. So until then, I hope you find your bit of bliss. Night.